So yeah, I'm 53, completely single by choice, and also no children by choice. Love my life, have incredible friends, and travel is the secret to my happiness. I do not wait around for some man to show up to travel with me or to explore places with me. I do it on my own and have so much fun, and usually take friends with me, meet friends wherever I go. It's the secret to my personal happiness. So if you're out there whining and complaining that you can't find a guy and your life is not worth living, then you better knock it off and rethink the way you're living your life, because you got one shot, babies. So have fun and enjoy it while you can, single or not.
At 42, me saying that I am happy being single and child-free with zero intentions of getting into a relationship unless it is one that adds to my life in the way that I hope to add to my partner's life is not me saying that I don't like men. It's not me saying that men and romantic relationships can't be good. It is not me saying that children and family units aren't important. It's not me saying that I don't want a man or a romantic relationship. But it is about me acknowledging that when we choose a partner, we will literally be choosing the type of lives that we have. Our romantic partners really do impact our mental, physical, and emotional well-being, so we really do need to choose carefully. And whilst I would love to have a healthy, happy, committed relationship, I have not met a person that I would be able to create that with. And until I do, I will continue to live the shit out of the life that I do have. It's fair to say that my life hasn't gone to plan, and maybe yours hasn't either, but that doesn't mean that it cannot be a truly wonderful thing. Perhaps like me, you are single and child-free, not by choice. Although you can't choose to find the right person, you can't choose to find the right person to have children with, you still have choices. And one of those choices is to choose how you're going to live your life, is to choose to find happiness in the life that you do have, and is to choose to live a life that brings you joy. While some things might be out of our control, there are certain things that are well within our control if we choose to take a hold of them. And I truly hope that you do.
Live your life as if marriage and babies are not on the table. Chase your dreams. Get yourself and your life in order.
I was just saying to myself, I'm so happy that I don't want no kids, or I don't want to be nobody's wife, because about 80% of my problems are simply resolved just by simply choosing myself. Not honestly waiting for someone to choose me, pick me, love me, marry me. I am not worried about another entity outside of myself. I am controlling my own destiny, my own reality. My emotions is not tied to another person. You know how stress-free my life has become when I decentered romance, sex, and men out of my frontal cortex? I can finally think for myself. What do I want to achieve? What do I want to do? And I'm not saying that I don't have any problems, but I have problems that I can solve for myself. Marriage is a huge risk, and kids is a huge risk. It's truly a gamble, and the only bets I want to make is on myself, because I know for sure, I'm gonna win every time I invest in myself.
I don't feel no pressure about it. I don't feel embarrassed about it. I know this is silly, but I feel like you're never single if you're hot. I don't know if that makes sense. That is my...
When I used to be a server in DC, I would sometimes have patrons who would ask me about my skincare routine. They would always be women, and they would be like, your skin is beautiful, your skin is glowing, you have such a nice body. And then they would ask me, they would be like, are you single? Do you have kids? And of course, I would be like, yes, I'm single, and no, I don't have any kids. And every single time, these women would be like, good, keep it that way. Do not get married and do not have kids. Literally every single woman, every single one of them. None of them encouraged me to marry or partner with men or have kids. They all told me that I'm doing a good job by staying single and child-free. Many of them also expressed regret to me about their decision to partner with a man, marry a man, and have kids. They told me that if they could turn back the hands of time, they would just stay single like I am. Straight from the horse's mouth. I'm listening.
I don't mind if I say something fucking crazy right now, and maybe it's not that crazy. Maybe I'm not the only person who thinks this, but I see a lot of posts about it. I'm not bothered by people my age getting married and having kids or buying homes. That's never once crossed my mind to be upset by that. And I think that when you come from a small town and you leave it, and you're one of the very few people that leave your small town, you understand at a deeper level that a lot of people's parents and also the educational system that we went through did not award a lot of people the privilege of leaving, and kind of kept them in this sort of bubble because that was what's comfortable, affordable, and safe. And I get that. And my parents were older in a community where a lot of people's families were younger and parents were younger. So I think my parents pushed me to live my life before having a family because they got sober before having children, and my dad was on a second marriage by the time he met my mom. So I just kind of knew, like, that wasn't really something I was going to prioritize over my autonomy. And I think that my mom, as a divorcee, told me a lot, that a lot of women would come to her saying, how do you know how to be alone? And my mom was like, I lived a whole lifetime before I was married. I lived by myself. And a lot of women are not awarded that privilege. And I think that when we shame women for getting engaged so young and having kids so young, rather than criticizing the system that sets that up and makes women feel like that's going to be the best years of their life, it makes them feel more isolated in the event that it doesn't work out. And I would never wish upon any woman that doesn't work out for them. But I'm saying in the event that it does, I think it's good that there's people there that are like, you've lived a life before them, you'll live a life after them. You know what I mean? Like, I think that's so important. It really does take a community. And yeah, I've never wished ill will on anyone that does, just because I'm in a different place. Do I think they're judging me for being in the club?
So I'm 37, don't have any kids. I'm not married. I don't have a husband. I'm not even in a relationship. And a lot of times people look at me and they're like, oh, she must be so lonely, or you must be so lonely. And the truth is I'm not. I'm not. I have my family that I love so much. They're so close to me. They mean so much to me. I have my friends that are like, my sisters. I love them so dearly. And, I have my career that I'm so fulfilled by. And I decided to come up to Canada for the weekend, and come on guys, look at this view. That's the view from my hotel room. I'm a solo traveler. I go pretty much everywhere alone if I'm not with my girls, and highly recommend. When it's your time, it's your time. Don't rush things. Enjoy life as it is. Enjoy life by yourself. Learn to make yourself happy. When it's your time.
I'm 38 years old. I've never been married. I've never had children. I have 3 cats in my house. Only 2 of them are mine. But it's another Christmas that is about to come and go where my relationship status is the same. And it's crazy because if you had asked me 10 years ago if I would be single at 38, I would have been like, absolutely not. And if I am, then just me now, Here's one of my kitties. Look at this little baby girl. This is Willow. Say hi, Willow. And I have such a complicated relationship with this time of year. I really do. Because I have a complicated relationship with being single. There's a part of me that really values my life and my time to myself and my independence. And then there's a part of me that feels really embarrassed about admitting that I want to be in a relationship. And I think a big part of that is it makes me feel like maybe I'm being needy or I'm being clingy and all these I don't know what it is, but it's almost embarrassing. It is. I feel embarrassed to be 38 and single and never married. I also think a part of me feels forgotten by God or the universe, because I feel like I've done so much internal work on myself, and yet I feel like I can't seem to attract my person into my life. And even saying all of this out loud feels really cringy, which is why I'm making myself say it out loud and admit it, because I'm sure that there's other people that feel the same way. But it makes me, I have a really hard time not wondering what is wrong with me. And I have to stop myself from going down that spiral, because it can get very dark when I start to think of the reality is at my age, I may never have children at this point. And that makes me really sad. And there is a reality in which I don't ever find somebody, and that makes me really sad. And so the tension this year for me is allowing myself to have those wants, but then also allowing myself to embrace that maybe I am enough for myself. So I guess I'm just sharing this for other people out there who may be single and having the same thoughts and feelings this holiday season. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah. You're not alone.